That's all I get. I want to talk about the what? Is that even a song?
No, I just made it up, man. I'm like Paul McCartney, man. I just,
Ugh, it's Paul McCartney. That's right,
just
love.
I'll just write stuff.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Static Shows, Bob.
Bang, shang-a-lang. Hey, everyone, this is Miles. Welcome to Static Radio.
You are in a really good mood today, Miles.
Yeah, yeah, I come and go. I'm like,
I get you're like it's bipolar Miles here. He's on a high right now, and then
I
next week
keep, I,
I'll talk to him, and he'll be like, "My dick don't work. Leave me alone.
no,
Quit looking at me."
well, that's true. Yeah, that's true. But no, I'm getting more compliments about my sweater from like great grandmas now. I'm like, oh, great. I'm
You
like,
mean the
what?
sweater that you don't zip up?
Yeah, like at least it was
I gotta.
somewhat,
What's up with this? What's up with this sweater? My God, you're
I
like,
know this is like a pussy getting sweater, man. I'm telling you.
yeah, yeah. I guess so. I don't know what. I don't know
I
what
don't
to think about this. It's like there was a Seinfeld episode with the Kramer had this jacket. He had
Yeah,
got him all these chicks and whatnot. Now you got the sweater, huh?
I guess. And I was even like getting like, haircut, like, hey, I like your haircut. I'm like, wow.
Yeah. Well, that's hey, good for you. You can take all
Yeah,
the compliments you can get because I mean,
yeah.
you're like 1 foot in the grave for Christ's sake.
Yeah, I mean these are both like 80-year-old people though, but
Well, you
yeah.
love older women, so it's no
I
problem. I think.
Hey, if they're getting, steady checks from the government, yeah. Why not?
It's exactly.
Whatever,
That's those are your kind of people with monthly income.
that's right. I could live with myself. I don't care. Yeah.
Oh my god. Speaking of that,
Yeah.
speaking of the elderly and monthly
Yes.
income,
Yeah.
I recently went to lunch with the doctors, Dr. J and Dr. K.
Doctor
We met for lunch
uh
recently.
was it Dr. Mantis Toboggan?
No. I
Whatever
just
his name was.
Dr. J. I talk about Dr. J all the time.
I have not seen Dr. J in a long time.
Well, and then I got another friend, is Dr. K,
Dr.
and they
K.
both sound like Men in Black, but and they kind of are in a way,
Hmm.
but anyway, I was at lunch with the doctors, and we went to that sandwich place that I told that had the weird happening. I'm like, hey, let's meet at this because it was a little more convenient for
Oh,
everybody.
yeah.
And my son's like, you got to go back, see if anything weird happens, because he went back and
Yeah.
nothing weird happened. I said, okay, I'll get the
Yeah.
doctors to go with me.
Yeah.
And so we were going to meet at the Snarfs. So I
Yeah.
get there a little early, and I'm like, I'm going to get us a table because, I mean, it could get crowded. I have no clue. Last time we were there, it wasn't crowded because they basically kicked everybody out. But
Right.
so I get there, and there's no tables, and so I spy two-person tables close to each other. So I
Yeah.
kind of go up there and I push them together and I sit down,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a long line of people ordering sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting there for a minute or two, and this big guy comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, have you ordered?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"No, I haven't
Yeah.
ordered." He's like, "Well, you should order first before you take a seat." I'm like,
Well,
I'm waiting for somebody.
okay, wait. Did this guy work there or was he just a patron?
No, he was just a local customer, and he's probably about as tall as me or so. He had a
Yeah.
mustache, and yeah, he was
Oh,
a
you
big guy.
picked the wrong guy. Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. So he's like getting into me because I think he wanted the table, and I kind of
Yeah.
snuck in and got it because he was waiting to order.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently that was not going. I was not following procedure.
Sir, I'm sorry, sir, but I just need these tables for my friends.
And so I'm like, I'm like, I'm like, do you have to order first? I'm just waiting for my,
Oh,
colleagues to show
oh
up here.
no.
And then the next
No.
thing I know, Dr. J, who's very tiny, right?
Yes, yes,
I
he is
see him
funny.
out the window. I go, well, he's coming right now. And I'm like, Dr. J is like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a cotton ball or something. He's a little puff, tiny guy. And
Yes.
the guy takes off. Oh, okay. And he leaves me. And then little Dr. Jake comes up and sits down with me. And I'm like, that was weird. I'm like, he didn't see the whole interchange, but this guy was getting
Mm-hmm.
serious with me about sitting at the table. I was like, this is odd.
Oh man, it's like
So
Kenny Loggins walking in. Who the? Oh my God!
exactly, Kenny Loggins. It's like a miniature Kenny
Whenever,
Loggins.
whenever
And
I call you friend,
I'm all right.
I'm right.
So he sits down and we're waiting for Dr. K. And
Yeah.
so we're chatting and so forth, and the line's getting longer, and then Dr. K shows up he was a little bit late, but that's about normal. And he sits down, so we're chatting for a minute, and he's like, "Oh, Dr. K's like, you guys go ahead and order. I'll hold down the seat, right?" Because it was kind of busy. So
Uh-oh.
Dr. J and I get in a line, and we're behind
Yeah.
this old lady. She's got to be like in her mid 80s or something. She's,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I can tell you right now, she would have
Mhm.
loved your sweater.
Mm.
So we're waiting our turn and moving. It's kind of slow, she gets
Mhm.
up there, and she's like doing all these wild gestures at the counter with the lady who's taking the orders. And they have off to the side, they have this little bitty freezer with like 8 of those big 5-gallon ice cream things.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's pointing at all the different ice cream and asking the lady, I'm assuming, what kind is this? What kind is this? What kind is this? There's only 8. What kind is this?
Mhm. Mhm.
Next, the order taker lady is busting out like 4 of these little pint uh, ice cream things,
Mhm.
to put ice cream in, and the lady's like giving her directions on what to put. Don't put too much in. Don't, and it's like taking for fucking ever.
Oh
Like
Christ.
scooping, and then no, that's enough of that kind. Now the next one. So then she finally gets the lady situated on the ice cream, and then on the other side of the counter, the lady, there's all these cookies like laid out, wrapped cookies, and
Mhm.
she's picking them up. What kind is this? What kind is this? What kind is this?
Mhm. Oh God.
So Dr. J and I are standing there, and he's looking at me like, what the hell is going on? This is the craziest order. She's not even ordering a sandwich. This is a lunch place.
Yeah.
And so the lady, then she's like, how much is this cookie? And the lady's like, $2. How much is this cookie? $1.50. How much is this cookie? $2.50.
Oh God.
And then she goes, I'll take this one. And she throws it at the register. And it hits the
Nice.
register and lands on the counter. This
Jesus.
$2.50 cookie is huge. So all the lady got was ice cream and cookies. And she was like, looked like Ruth Gordon or something. She's this little tiny woman who was just like demanding everything. And then she goes to pay, and it's a whole, card
Mhm.
situation. And then they want you to tip, and it becomes a whole thing. You don't have to tip. How much did they tip? What do I do? What do I do?
Right.
And
Right.
then she pays, and then she's like, did you get the cookie? What cookie? Well, the one that she threw at the counter.
Oh God.
So,
Jesus.
so finally, I mean, we're standing there like, we're never going to get
Mhm.
lunch. And
Mhm.
finally she gets done. And then Dr. J gets up to do his order. And she walks away and sets all her stuff on the table with Dr. K. And I'm like, oh my God. But
well, we have a
luckily,
fourth.
yeah. And he's just like staring at her like, what in the world? And then she kind of like, yeah, exactly. Well, are you a doctor? And then and so then she like gets herself together and was mumbling, and then she heads out the door. But it was the weirdest ordering at a everybody else is getting a goddamn sandwich. Here she gets like 4 pints of ice cream of different like different. I think she got all 8 flavors in 4 pints, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want a whole pint of that one. I only want half a pint and then another half. Anyway,
Give me some
and then
birthday ice cream.
the ice cream buffet. Oh my gosh. And she's just like was loud and throwing stuff. And oh my, it was just the weirdest. So we finally got our order. Yeah, we finally got our order, and then we got to eat in peace, and it kind of cleared out. But yeah, for a while there, I was going to be kind of iffy. I did think we were going to have lunch with this lady because she was, for all intents and purposes, looking like she was going to sit down at the table we had.
You know, if I ever come down to your house again, I do not want to go to this place. Do not.
Oh no, I'm taking you because it's
always, I know. No, I don't want to go.
We're either going to get in a fight or we're going to get, you know, molested by the elderly, or we'll get
or kicked out. Yeah, locked out, kicked out. I don't.
It's a trip, and then, but yeah, my son went and he didn't have anything happen, and I get home and I'm like, guess what? It's bonkers over there.
No, Dad, you're lying.
He's like, really? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I think she lived in the neighborhood because she just walked away.
Mrs. McGillicuddy.
I gotta go catch up to my son Mongo, who's like trying to throw people out of their seats.
Yeah, that's why she's pissed off. Like, these assholes took my seat.
Just took my seat. These people, these doctors think they're educated monsters, do everything, and they're taking people's seats.
These rich people taking over everything.
My Ripple ice cream and a chocolate chip muffin. Sons of bitches.
Put the mint on top of the peanut butter.
It was that kind of a situation. Totally.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I'm like, this is a little too much. But after that, everything kind of settled down. Yeah. I mean, other than everybody, working there was a little bit rude, but I thought that was part of the course.
Sounds like the customers are a little bit rude, if you ask me.
The whole place. Well, it is in the city a bit, so.
Oh God! I don't want to go here. I do not.
Oh no, you come on down, and I'll take. Bring.
I'm afraid. I'm afraid to go here.
I'll go get a sandwich.
I'm afraid to go there.
Yeah, you probably would get. Somebody probably threaten you.
Mm-hmm.
Just they'll be like, "Hey, that's a nice sweater," and you'll be like,
"Don't talk to me.
Don't touch me. Don't look at me. I'm not a sex object just because I wear nice sweaters."
Quit looking at my dad bod. Don't.
That's right.
Don't.
Yeah. Hey, your turtle never gets rained on, does it?
Me too. Me too. Oh.
So I got a crazy old lady ordering ice cream at a sandwich shop. What's going on with you?
So, as you may know, my youngest son and I ventured into downtown Chicago.
You guys were on a little adventure there.
Yes.
Marshallville and Holly.
Woo!
On an expedition.
Woo! I'm going to touch upon 3 incidents that happened.
3? Count them. 1, 2.
Well, I want to condense this a little bit. And so there was a place my son wanted to go, and
you gonna name it or no?
was like the International
Pancakes.
Museum of Surgery or something like that. It
Oh
was,
yeah, the museum. Yeah, that was cool. I saw some pictures.
and so I thought from the map when I looked at it, I thought like it was in a park or something, you know. And no, it's like no, it's not. It's just right off of Lakeshore Drive, you know.
Oh, great.
And so we've been doing different things throughout the day, and I kind of let my son pick them. And I realized, like, I don't know where the hell to park around here. You know,
Oh yeah.
there's
Well,
no
that's a
parking. You know,
premium,
it's
there in the city.
as I know you've been down to town a few times yourself, but
Okay.
and all the parking garages seem to be closed. You know, I was like, oh, okay. What?
That cost $100.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much,
You should have
and
just Congress and got parking there. That's what we did, I think.
yeah, I know. Well, I wasn't really thinking that far ahead of the game, but yes,
Oh,
I
okay. Gotcha.
I ended up. I go, son of a bitch. I go, we're in Lincoln Park Zoo.
That place is in Lincoln Park Zoo?
It's close to it. It's close.
Oh,
There's a walking trail, so it's anyway. It's a long story, but $27 to park. I'm like, okay, well,
right,
that's far.
exactly. Yeah, they
Because all
screwed.
the free parking is gone. These dicks have taken all the free parking.
Mhm.
And so we'd gone to this museum and we came back, and that was a pretty good walk. And I go, you know what? I go, I would love to see Lincoln Park Zoo just to scratch it off my list. Right. And
You've never been to
so,
Lincoln Park Zoo ever?
not that I recall, no. I don't. I'm sure my parents would say I was there as an infant or something, but
We
you
took
know,
you I drug you in a sled in the
yeah,
snow.
right.
Yeah.
So, um, so there was like some statues on the way, and we saw those, and then I'm like, well, there's like this lagoon, and I think if we walk around this way, it'll be a shortcut.
Okay.
And it wasn't. It was actually I picked like the longest way to get to the entrance. I'm like, oh shit.
They're like,
And
"Go this way if you wanna get some exercise, get your steps in."
yes, and so there's like a part says, like the barn or the outdoor barn exhibit. I mean, screw that. I didn't. I don't want to see that. Who cares? But
Your barn door's open.
your barn door. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, right? So we go there. I go, oh, we finally made it. Thank God. My legs are tired. You're thirsty. Like, okay, we made it. And there's just a little gate you go through,
Uh-huh.
and there's a dude at the gate. He goes, yeah, it's closed.
"Sorry, sir, park's closed."
Yeah, it was just like that. I'm like, what?
Mhm.
Yeah, there's something gonna happen, like doings here. So yeah, you can't go in.
You don't have a nice enough sweater on for me to let you in."
I know. If I only would have had a little BB gun with the
Mhm.
price tag on it, like Clark
Yeah,
Griswold,
like
like,
Clark
"Oh,
Griswold.
yeah,
"Oh, park."
huh? Put
Move.
this in your mouth, huh, jerk."
Yeah.
So thank you, Lincoln Park Zoo, for screwing me over. Thanks a lot, man.
They had, like, a private event at the zoo?
Yeah. Well, I thought it'd be open because everyone's like, "Oh, they light it up. They have this big lighted thing."
Yeah, for
I thought,
Christmas,
okay.
right? Yeah. Cool. Well, did you go downtown to the Christmas Village?
No, we did not.
Okay.
We had a sports event to go to, and so I was trying to gauge our time
I
as
know the
to
national clogging tournament was happening in Chicago
the
last
the
weekend.
curling. Yeah, the National Curling Museum had opened up, and I wanted to get there. And
Yeah. Hurry hard.
so we get out of that, and which is fine. And I go, shit, we still have a lot of time to kill. So
Yeah.
I go, let's head in the direction we're supposed to. And my son's like, maybe we can just go to a bar or coffee shop or something. I'm like, okay, all right, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, you're thinking now, son, let's go to hit up the slots.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, there's not really any slots down there, but
Mhm. They don't have
like,
slots in Chicago, it's in Illinois, isn't it? So
well, there's something. Yeah, there's something there, but I'm not going there. Come on.
okay,
And
gotcha.
I choose life. And
Uh, I
as we're
choose
getting
type.
we're getting kind of out of the city a little bit, and like obviously there's still no parking, no parking. You can't. It's like And it's like, well, let's try this thing. It's off the beaten path. It's like, Jim's Bavarian Inn or something bullshit. I'm like, okay,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Jim's Bavarian. It's
And
a
I'm like, okay,
staple. Jim's Bavarian Inn.
yeah, right. And I'm like, okay, I'll go there. All right. And we did find parking for that, just like a block away, thank God. So
Oh, good for you guys.
because we still have like a lot of time to kill. I'm like, fuck, sucks. I go, let's go in here, have a drink, get an appetizer and whatever. And we go in, and like no one looks like they're Bavarian at all that works there. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. Hi, I'm Seamus O'Greely. How are you doing?
Six Bigore, are you here for a beer?
So we sit down, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna be rowdy. I'm gonna have a Diet Coke, and my son gets like some year beer because he can't drink. He's like, okay.
Mhm.
And we spend a fortune, on 5 cheesesteaks, which cost, I don't even know how much it,
$5 downtown Chicago prices.
Yeah, it was outrageous,
$5 a
and
cheesesteak.
and the guy's like, hi, because my son's like, well, Dad, you spent a lot today. I'll pay for it. I'm like, okay, well, that's nice. Thanks. I knew it wasn't going to be that big of a bill, but like Seamus is like, hi, give me your credit card early, okay?
What?
And my son gives it to him, and like the guy runs behind the bar and just like puts it behind the bar for some reason. I'm like, that's a little weird. I don't know. He asked for my son's card right away. I'm like, oh, I don't know if they were worried about dine and dash or what the hell, I'm like, okay.
That's weird.
That's weird.
Yeah. How about your social security number too?
Yeah. What's your mother's maiden name again? I couldn't remember. Oh, McGillicuddy. Hi.
What was your first pet?
Yeah, right.
Oh, Gremlin. Oh, good old Gremlin. He was such a good one.
Oh, sweet boy.
Just a second.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Keep talking.
You boys like to pay for porn.
I've got my own collection here.
That's right.
So I'm kind of facing like the entrance of the bar. I can, and
you still, the credit card's gone, right? It's
a
question.
Yeah, no, it's gone. And so we're wrapping up things. And all of a sudden, like this fucking group of like hot looking broads shows up. And they're like,
they get your credit card, and that's
they definitely got Dad's credit card. Yeah. No, they're wearing like ski like goggles on their heads and stuff like that, and ski wear. I'm like, oh, it's 40 degrees out. I'm like, that's a little bit overkill.
They look
good. I realize they're having like some kind of
it's a Swedish ski team.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, and it turns out it's one of their birthdays. But I'm like, oh my god, like there's like 10 hot chicks in here. Holy cow, like man. And my son's like, well, Dad,
this hasn't happened to me since I was in college, and these girls from Colorado showed up. And
yeah, I mean, you go to a bar, you might might like one good looking girl, but like 10, I'm like, holy cow, like let's just take it in. My son's like, let's get going. I'm like, no, hold on.
Like, whoa, wait a minute. I felt something move, and I'm not gonna leave until it
finishes. The dragon is alive. And so anyway, I'm like, all right, let's get going. And like
I had this feeling was 1992.
I've got a feeling. And like we asked for the card back, and like Seamus disappears for like 5 minutes.
Oh, certainly. Just a moment.
Just a moment. We're just finishing up a transaction.
You come back and you got like 5 airline tickets and a bunch of shoes.
Yeah, right. I'm like, trip to Fiji. Who ordered that? Right? And so finally, I mean, this nitwit gives the card. My son, signs the thing, and we leave.
Mm-hmm.
And we're almost to the car, and my son, and I'm like, man, that place sucks. He goes, yeah, I only gave that guy $1. I'm like, what? Oh, fuck.
Much like his old man, he's not a good tipper.
Get in the car quick.
Comes out with a crossbow. He's going to shoot your tire out.
I'm going to kill you both.
You're the worst fucking tippers.
You stay out of the Bavarian Inn. I'll kick your asses, you dumb,
Your asses, you cheap buggers.
you bastards. Right?
Uh, this is worse than the potato famine.
Oh my god. Yeah, that was. I'm like, oh my god. I go even like when I have shitty service. I actually tip, believe it or not, even shitty service. I don't know why I do, but I'm too embarrassed to do what he did. I'm like, oh my god, let's just get out of here.
Oh, $1. I mean, that's harsh.
I know. I mean,
You
yeah.
wanna
I
you
mean,
talk about sending a message, that's a fucking message right there. Not
I
only
know.
am I gonna give you I'm just gonna give you $1, that's worse than giving nothing.
Yeah, I know. I was like, "Ugh, okay, well, anyway, time to go. And okay, so
That
that was
says,
number.
"I hated this, and I want you to know that."
Yes, thank you.
Okay,
And
go ahead, I'm sorry.
we that was the second thing, and then the third thing, as promised, the
Yeah,
third leg of
but
my
oh, wait, you
argument.
forgot the guy. "Oh, wait a minute, I got these tickets for a private event at the Lincoln Park." "Oh, never mind, never mind.
Never mind your souls. Arr.
You fucking pricks, get the fuck out of here."
Oh. Now, the third and final event.
Mhm,
Well, actually, I'm telling this out of sequence, but when we
mhm.
first got into downtown, we actually went out to eat.
That's all you do.
Well, I'm just like you. I'm a fat jerk. I go around eating and telling jokes. Yeah, I'm like you. I'm like, what the hell?
Good. Go ahead. You went out to eat
And
out there because you were hungry. You're like, "Oh, I've been in the
and
car for 20 minutes. I gotta eat."
no, well, I'm telling this out of sequence, but anyway. But the point is, so we park and we get there, and it's
Where'd you
kind of
eat at?
much.
At the Bevics?
We ate at I don't know if I want to mention this or not because I kind of made an asshole of myself, so I don't know if I even want to mention what it
I
is.
can't
I
go
mean,
back to Chicago for a few days.
yeah, yeah, I'm not gonna go back for what. Let's just say it was a steak and rib joint. How that's all you need to know, okay?
Okay, a steak and rib joint in Chicago.
And
Okay, are you is it real? I'm trying to think of what that would be.
I just don't worry about what it is. I don't really want to do this.
You think the
And
dollar was bad? I left 75 cents.
no, this even gets worse. So now
I blew up their toilet.
yeah, no, that didn't happen either. But so we're eating, and we have a very nice waitress. She's taking great care of us.
She got ski goggles and
And she did not. No, I had beer goggles, not ski goggles. You know what I'm saying? And she's got like this, charming accent. I'm like, oh, I go, what is this? I love accents. I don't know why. I'm like a weird accent person. I love
uh,
accents. I try to guess, what people are. And
I know you try to guess everything and you're always wrong.
yeah, well, yeah, this blew up fast. And I go, Polish? She goes, what? I go, is that Polish? Nope. She takes off. I'm like,
My
oh,
father runs the Bavarian Inn.
yeah, because I was going to use my Polish phrase, "daj mi bushi,"
Yeah, yeah, probably best not to use that,
which means give me a kiss in Polish, by the way. But
right.
anyway, so she comes back,
That's
I go, this is definitely like a European, like Eastern European, something, okay.
uh-huh.
So she comes back. I go, well, not Polish. Nope. Czech. Are you Czech? Nope. Guess again. Nope. She takes
Guess
off.
again. What guess again.
Mm-mm.
Like sound
And
like a boar or something. "Oh, darling.
oh, Dad, Arnold, Arnold.
Oh, darling. I'm
Whatever
not
his name was on that show.
Mr.
Arnold.
Blackburn."
No, what was his name? What? Anyway, I can't remember. Anyway, so she comes back a third time, and I go, okay, listen, I give up. What is it? She goes, Ukraine.
Oh, she's Ukrainian, okay.
I'm like, oh, okay, Ukraine. All right. Well, das Bandanya,
Yeah, I don't think that's Ukraine.
Yeah, come to find out, Russians and Ukrainians actually have a different language altogether.
And they're not really getting along right now.
Yeah, this whole thing like just exploded in my face. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
My son was so embarrassed. He's like, "Dad,
Oh
shut the fuck
gosh.
up, man."
Shut up, they're at war, you idiots.
I don't know. I thought they spoke the same thing. I don't know. No one
Well,
told
it's a
me.
Slavic language, but I don't think it's the same language, yeah.
It's not, believe me. Yeah, she's like,
My
"No."
son speaks a little bit of Russian, and I think he can speak Ukrainian as well, so
Oh my god. So now I'm backpedaling. I don't know what to say. I go, I'm praying for your country. She goes,
I'm
"Oh, okay."
Oh, yeah, thanks now, you asshole.
Make that a big tip this time, asshole.
Yeah,
And
no,
I'm like,
did you
"Oh
tip
my
big
god."
for that one, for the ribs there?
Yes. Yeah, I did. I
You're
did.
like, Kiev, yes,
Oh
yay."
my god. I was so embarrassed. I'm like, let's get out of here. I'm just, jeez.
Oh my god.
I go, why? Why did I even say that? Because I don't they say that like when they take a drink before they take a drink, like that's been done, or something.
Yeah,
Like,
something like that. I don't know. I don't was it from Red October or something? What
just
was
thought they
it?
spoke the same gibberish. I don't know. I was like, I don't
You should have just
know.
done your Sean Connery.
God, sheesh. But smack her around or something? What do you mean?
No, I mean, do Red October,
Yes.
Sean Connery, because he talks like a Scotsman, and it's supposed to be a
Yeah.
Russian.
So I don't think it's my fault. I blame the American
Educational
educational
system,
system
yeah.
for
I
not telling me.
who was your gym teacher that became the Speaker of the House? You blame him?
You know what? We're not talking about a lot of stuff there. We're not talking about a lot of stuff. And that was not my gym teacher, so you can just suck it.
What was his name? Dennis Kucinich? What was his
Yeah,
name?
let's just stop
Has
right there. No,
Hastert? Hastert?
don't worry about what it was. Don't.
Dennis
Yeah.
Hastert, that's who it was.
Yes.
Yeah, something
He
like
was
that.
not. No, he was gone by the time I got there. But
Oh, okay.
so those are kind of the high points, I suppose, of the story. I will save the
Yeah,
rest for next
and the
week.
low
But
points. So you guys pretty much just spiraled to the end of the day. You're like, you pissed off the waitress, you pissed off the bartender, and then you pissed
yeah,
off the security guard at the zoo.
pretty much.
Wow. Well, that's a good day for you guys in the city.